So in this video we are going to look at my partner's new car, because the Rio got written off when we came back off our holiday. Someone crashed into it, so it's been written off, and we wanted to keep it, but the value that they wanted, basically the price they wanted us to pay to keep it, just wasn't worth it. So she let that car go, and this is the new car for her. So it's a 2016 Peugeot 2008 Allure with the 1.6 Blue HDI engine. Obviously with it being the Allure, it's quite a decent spec. It hasn't got the pan roof, but it's got like half leather seats and cruise control, the electric windows all round. It has got the power folding mirrors also, but they are not working at the moment. I need to have a look at them. Seeing the boot of the car, it's not to show you what she keeps in there, it's just to show you basically the size of the boot. It's not much bigger than Rio, this 2008, but they're quite spacious inside. The boot's quite big, the back seat, the space between the front seats and the back seats, and you can see there in the front of the car the seats are actually quite nice. Seats are very comfortable, the handbrake's different, and it's quite a nice place to be. And obviously it's got all the mod cons, got the daytime running lights and cornering lights and rear parking sensors, tyre pressure, basically all the stuff. So now we're going to go over the front of the car and just have a look over it and see what it's actually going to need, because it was bought off a dealer with a warranty, which the warranty's now run out, and obviously I had the intention of I'm going to be doing some bits on it, but there's a few issues. I mean, I'm looking at the driver's side now, because there is actually a noise coming from the front of the car, and I believe it's coming from the passenger side. It sounds like it's the passenger side, so I've driven it a couple of times. Having a look at the driver's side, I have spotted the front brake pads are getting low, but I'm going to do disc and pads, because for the mileage she does, and the discs are okay, but they're not in the best shape. I just can't see the point in sticking a pair of brake pads in it for then in a year, 2 years down the line having to do discs, and then basically having to do discs and pads again. So we're going to do discs and pads on the front. I've also noticed that the drop links, as you'll see now, I'm looking underneath, the drop link has got a little bit of play in it, and they're the same both sides, so we're going to stick a set of them on it as well. I'm also having a good look underneath, because when she bought the car I did notice that there was an oil leak, so it went back into the dealer that we bought it off to have that fixed at their garage they used, and then I think they changed the oil filter seal, and then it was still leaking, so it came back and they changed a pipe apparently. But I've noticed when it went in the second time, I'm not happy with what they've done, which I will show you in the next video on the car, but it still seems to have an oil leak. So I did say to my partner she needs to take it, get back in touch with them and get it sorted. Obviously the warranty's run out now, but it is an existing problem from the day that she bought it, but she hasn't done that, so I think that's going to fall to me to have a look at and try and sort that out. So that's another issue that there is. And then on the passenger side, on the last MOT, the CV boot there was an advisory for it not being in the best condition. It is actually now split, so it's going to need new CV boot. It's going to have new drop link, anti-roll bar drop links on the front. It's going to have new brake disc and pads on the front. Obviously I need to look at the oil leak. It's going to have a service as well, so I'm going to do all the filters. So there's quite a bit of work to be done on this car, but obviously starting off with probably the oil leak, get the oil leak, look at that, see where it's coming from, and then work my way through the issues on the car. So yeah, at the front, that's where we're at with the front of the car. You can see here now I'm at the passenger side of the car, just having a look through the wheel. As I've said earlier on in the video, the brake pads they look like they're getting low. It's hard to see them through the video, but there's not much life left in them, so we're going to be doing them anyway. I'm just having a look to see if I can see anything that could be causing a noise, but the only things I've spotted so far is the drop links and the CV boot. So they could potentially be causing a noise that's being heard. So now we will have a look at the back of the car and see what I find at the back of the car. Now we're going to look at the back of the car, and we're going to start off with the passenger side rear wheel. So obviously I'm checking the handbrake's holding and releasing the handbrake, as you can see here, checking the wheel spins freely, just having a good look over the car on both sides. Now obviously I don't know if I mentioned that on the video, I don't think I did, but anyway, the rear brakes, the pads have not got a lot of life left in them, and the discs are not in the best shape. There's no lip on them, but they are very rusty and just not in great shape. So I'm going to be doing pads and discs on it all round, because I want it to be right, especially the fact that my partner's driving it and that, so it's going to be having discs and pads at the back as well. Also, on the last MOT there was an advisory on the condition of the rear tyres being like perished and cracked. The back one is getting really bad, so it will be having a set of tyres on the back, because also on the driver's side there is a nail in the rear tyre which is quite close to the edge, so it won't be repairable. Well, somebody could repair it, but it's not worth taking that risk. So it'll be having a set of tyres on the back and the rear brakes done. I'm just having a look underneath the car now, seeing if I can see anything underneath the car, and then I will look at the driver's side rear, which obviously I've already told you about the tyre having a nail on the edge, and obviously we're going to be doing the rear brakes anyway. As I've mentioned already, when I was looking at the passenger side of the stuff that I found at the back, it's going to have two tyres on it, and it's going to have the rear discs and pads done, and that will be it for the back. I think it's quite a nice little car. I really like the colour. I think it's a nice colour, and the spec is good. It doesn't have the sat nav like the 308 that my sister's has, but I think this one it's definitely a nicer place to be than the 308. But obviously that's because it's a better spec. But yeah, there's lots of little bits to be done on it. You'll see now, I'm going to have a quick look in the engine bay. There's a few bits in the engine bay that I'm not happy with. There's a pipe broken off the airbox which I need to sort. Obviously it's difficult to open the engine bay on the cars at the minute where the ramp is, which obviously that ramp's got to be repositioned. But yeah, so there's a pipe on the airbox to be looked at there. I need to look at this oil leak, which I'm going to have to take some bits out of the engine to have a good look over and see where it's coming from and hopefully sort that out. And obviously all the other bits that I've mentioned. So there's going to be quite a few videos to come on this car, but I just wanted to obviously introduce it to the channel because I'm going to be doing a yearly update, and obviously you'll see this car in that update. Obviously now the Rio is gone, and we'll be going over some of the other cars. So yeah, that's the video on the Peugeot 2008.